Welcome to my channel HD Rare Coins 111, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. The Roosevelt dime has been a cornerstone of American coinage for decades, carrying with it both history and value far beyond its base denomination. When people think of dimes, most often they think of the tiny silver-colored coin that slips so easily into pockets and jars, but the Roosevelt dime of 1992 is one that deserves special attention from collectors and enthusiasts alike. This coin is more than just a piece of everyday change. It represents the continuation of a legacy that began in 1946, when the dime was redesigned to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the leader who guided the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. By 1992, the Roosevelt dime had already been circulating for nearly half a century, yet this year holds unique qualities that still spark fascination today. At first glance, the 1992 Roosevelt dime may look just like any other modern coin. It has the familiar portrait of Franklin Roosevelt facing left on the obverse, designed by John R. Sinek. The inscriptions, "Liberty, in God we trust," the date, and the mint mark are all present, seemingly ordinary to the untrained eye. But in the world of numismatics, subtle details can make an extraordinary difference. Collectors often emphasize the importance of mint marks when it comes to dimes from the 1990s. In 1992, dimes were struck at multiple mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The small letters identifying these mints, whether PD or S, play a significant role in determining rarity, desirability, and ultimately, value. The Philadelphia Mint struck large quantities of Roosevelt dimes for circulation in 1992, while the Denver Mint followed with its own production, flooding the economy with millions of coins. These are the dimes people used every day for groceries, bus fares, and payphone calls. But not all dimes are created equal, and hidden among these millions are coins with striking errors or special qualities that can transform them into treasures. San Francisco, on the other hand, produced proof versions of the dime. These proof coins, made specifically for collectors, were struck using polished dies and carefully prepared planchets. They showcase mirror-like fields and frosted devices, turning the Roosevelt design into a miniature work of art. While most proof dimes were sold directly to collectors in sets, a few standouts emerged that captured the interest of advanced numismatists. One of the most famous varieties from the 1992 dime series is the proof with the so-called close AM reverse, where the spacing of the letters in America differs subtly from the standard version. These tiny variations, often overlooked by the casual observer, are exactly the sort of features that can elevate a coin into the spotlight of rarity and value. Errors also play a significant role in the story of the 1992 Roosevelt dime. Off-center strikes, double dies, or dimes struck on the wrong planchet have all been reported. Each mistake adds a layer of uniqueness, ensuring that no two error coins are quite the same. For a collector, owning such an example is like holding a piece of minting history frozen in metal. Even regular strike dimes from 1992, when found in pristine condition, can command surprising prices. Coins graded at the highest levels, such as mint state 68 or 69, are exceedingly scarce, and collectors are often willing to pay top dollar for them. The difficulty of finding perfectly preserved examples in circulation has only increased over time, making them even more appealing to numismatists today. The Roosevelt dime itself carries with it more than just rarity. It is a tribute to Franklin Roosevelt's enduring legacy. Roosevelt was not only a president but also the founder of the March of Dimes, an organization created to fight polio. His face on the dime symbolizes his connection to the health and well-being of the American people, a legacy that continues decades after his leadership. By the early 1990s, the dime had fully transitioned from its earlier silver composition to a clad design made of copper and nickel layers. Though not precious metal, these coins still hold immense historical and collector value. The 1992 dimes, despite their base metal content, are proof that rarity and desirability are not always tied to silver or gold. Collectors often ask what makes certain dimes from 1992 stand out so dramatically in price. The answer lies in the combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. A dime that may have been overlooked in a pocket of change decades ago can suddenly become a numismatic treasure if preserved in flawless condition or struck with a rare die variety. The thrill of coin collecting often comes from stories like this: ordinary coins with extraordinary hidden potential. The idea that a simple dime, worth 10 cents at the checkout counter, could become worth thousands is what fuels the passion of collectors across the globe. Imagine searching through a jar of old change and stumbling upon a pristine 1992 dime with a unique error or variety. That small discovery could change the course of your collection, and possibly your wallet, forever. This is why collectors never tire of studying, researching, and hunting for coins like the 1992 Roosevelt dime. The 1992 dime also represents a time capsule of early 1990s America. Each coin carries with it the weight of its era. Moments when people were buying newspapers with change, making long-distance calls from payphones, or sliding dimes into vending machines. To hold one today is to hold a piece of living history from over 3 decades ago. Numismatics is not only about monetary value but also about connection to the past. The Roosevelt dime of 1992 is a reminder of how coins circulate silently through everyday life, only to later emerge as symbols of rarity and beauty. For many collectors, this coin embodies the perfect blend of accessibility and hidden treasure. Over the years, stories have emerged of collectors selling 1992 dimes at major auctions for astonishing prices. These cases often involve coins in impeccable condition or those struck with rare varieties, proving that even modern coins can command attention in the highest levels of the collecting world. It's important to note that condition grading plays a massive role in determining value. A dime pulled straight from circulation, scratched and worn, may not bring much more than face value. But a dime preserved in gem mint state condition, shimmering with full luster, can ignite fierce bidding wars among collectors. The world of coin collecting thrives on rarity, and the 1992 Roosevelt dime continues to provide opportunities for discovery. Whether it's a proof with an unusual variety, a circulation strike in exceptional grade, or an era coin with unique appeal, this small piece of metal captures the imagination of collectors everywhere. For those just entering the hobby, the 1992 dime serves as an accessible starting point. It teaches the importance of details, the thrill of searching, and the excitement of discovering that coins in everyday change can be worth far more than expected. For seasoned collectors, the 1992 dime remains a rewarding challenge. Finding the rarest examples, ensuring their preservation, and adding them to a collection is both an achievement and an investment in history. Each coin tells its own story, and each collector adds their own chapter by bringing these coins into their lives. In today's world, where cash transactions are becoming less common, coins like the 1992 dime gain even more significance. They remind us of an era when coins played a central role in daily life, and they preserve the artistry of American coinage for future generations. The Roosevelt dime series as a whole has seen many ups and downs in value, but 1992 remains a standout year. Collectors continue to seek out its hidden gems, knowing that discoveries are still possible even decades later. This little dime, though often overlooked, carries with it enormous historical weight. It is a testament to Roosevelt, a symbol of American resilience, and a jewel for collectors who recognize its value. The 1992 Roosevelt dime is proof that even the smallest coins can have the biggest stories. So, the next time you come across a 1992 dime, don't dismiss it as just spare change. Take a closer look. Check its mint mark, examine its condition, and imagine the journey it has taken since the early 90s. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Coin collecting is about patience, passion, and curiosity. The 1992 Roosevelt dime embodies all three, standing as a remarkable example of how even modern-era coins can achieve legendary status in the numismatic world. And when it comes to the true highlight of this coin's story, Some rare examples of the 1992 Roosevelt dime have reached astonishing values in the collector's market, with one remarkable coin selling for an incredible $66,000. Top 2. The Roosevelt dime is one of the most familiar coins in American history, and yet certain years stand out for collectors because of their rarity, errors, and unique stories. One such year is 1999, a time when the United States Mint was producing billions of coins as the country prepared for the new millennium. Hidden among those billions was the small but mighty Roosevelt dime that became an unexpected star in the world of numismatics. The dime has always been more than just a coin. Introduced in 1946 to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, it symbolizes not only American currency but also the spirit of resilience and leadership. Roosevelt, who guided the country through the Great Depression and World War II, was also closely tied to the March of Dimes campaign, making this 10-cent piece a perfect tribute. By 1999, the Roosevelt dime had already been in circulation for over half a century. Millions of people used it daily for everything from vending machines to toll booths. And yet, for collectors, it wasn't just a matter of spending change. It was about finding the hidden rarities that could turn an ordinary coin into a collector's prize. The obverse of the dime carries John R. Sinek's familiar portrait of Roosevelt, his face turned to the left, with the words Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date displayed prominently. The reverse shows the torch of liberty flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, a design that symbolizes strength, peace, and freedom. Though common in appearance, the details of each year can make or break a dime's value. In 1999, Roosevelt dimes were struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation, and at San Francisco for proof coinage. While billions rolled out into pockets and purses, collectors began to notice that certain dimes stood apart from the rest. These weren't the ordinary ones that jingled in change. They were coins of extraordinary quality or unusual minting. The Philadelphia Mint produced a massive number of dimes in 1999, marked with the small P mint mark. These circulated widely, yet hidden in the vast numbers were dimes with exceptional strikes, flawless luster, and brilliant preservation. Coins like these are exceedingly rare to find after years of handling, but they are the ones collectors chase. The Denver Mint contributed its own share of dimes, marked with the D. As with all Denver issues, these coins were used heavily in commerce across the Midwest and Western states. To find one in gem condition today is no easy task, as most were quickly worn down in circulation. But those few that survived in pristine state now command special attention. San Francisco's contribution was different. The mint there struck proof dimes, meant for collectors rather than circulation. These coins gleamed with mirror-like fields and frosted details, carefully struck with polished dies. Proof coins are treasures in their own right, and certain examples from 1999 have become some of the most sought-after of the modern era. One reason the 1999 Roosevelt dime is so fascinating is because of the rare varieties and errors that appeared. Collectors discovered double die errors, off-center strikes, and even dimes with unusual planchet flaws. Each error tells a story of a moment in the minting process when something went just slightly wrong, producing a coin unlike any other. Among the most famous of the 1999 dimes are the transitional errors, where a coin might have been struck on the wrong planchet or display small design differences from earlier dies. Such anomalies can turn an everyday dime into a valuable rarity that collectors are eager to acquire. Even without errors, condition plays a vital role in value. Circulation strike coins from 1999 that have survived in mint state 68 or higher are incredibly rare. These flawless dimes, untouched by wear, represent the pinnacle of coin preservation and can command astonishing sums at auction. For collectors, the thrill of searching for a 1999 dime is not just about money. It's about discovery, history, and the joy of finding a hidden gem among ordinary coins. The possibility that a coin you carry in your pocket could be worth thousands is what keeps the hobby alive and exciting. Each dime also carries the spirit of Roosevelt himself. His leadership during some of the toughest times in American history continues to inspire, and his image on the dime is a lasting reminder of his legacy. Every collector who holds a Roosevelt dime holds a piece of that story. The 1999 dime is also special because it represents the last year before the new millennium. At the time, there was a sense of anticipation, change, and even a little uncertainty about the year 2000. These coins, minted in the final year of the 20th century, capture that moment in American history. Collectors often reflect on how coins are not just pieces of metal but tiny time capsules. A 1999 dime spent in a store that year has likely traveled through countless hands, machines, and pockets. To find one today in nearly perfect condition is like freezing time. It preserves a piece of history untouched. The Roosevelt dime has always been a small coin with a big story. From its origins in the fight against polio to its place in the daily lives of millions of Americans, it stands as a symbol of both leadership and endurance. The 1999 edition only strengthens that legacy. Auction houses and coin shows often feature stories of rare 1999 dimes fetching remarkable prices. Collectors who come across flawless proof versions or rare errors know that they hold something special, something far greater than its face value of 10 cents. The coin's appeal lies not only in its rarity, but also in its beauty. The sharp details, brilliant surfaces, and timeless design make the Roosevelt dime a joy to admire, whether under a magnifying glass or simply held in the palm of your hand. Numismatists stress that the key to collecting coins like the 1999 dime is knowledge. Understanding mint marks, varieties, and grading standards allows collectors to identify which coins have true value. This educational aspect adds depth to the hobby and ensures that discoveries continue to be made. Over the years, the 1999 Roosevelt dime has become a favorite among modern coin collectors. It strikes the perfect balance between accessibility, since many were minted, and rarity, thanks to the small percentage of coins that stand out due to condition or errors. The story of the 1999 dime proves that even modern coins, often overlooked in favor of older silver issues, can achieve legendary status in the right circumstances. This is why collectors never ignore any year, no matter how common it may seem. Every coin has a story to tell, and the Roosevelt dime of 1999 is no exception. It tells the story of America at the brink of a new century, the legacy of Roosevelt, and the artistry of the United States Mint. The dime may be the smallest denomination in circulation today, but in the hands of collectors, it carries enormous value. For those willing to look closely and pay attention to details, treasures can still be found. The 1999 Roosevelt dime serves as both a reminder and a challenge to always keep searching, always keep learning, and never underestimate the coins you come across. The next one you hold might just be extraordinary. Numismatics is about passion, patience, and the thrill of discovery. The 1999 dime embodies all three, making it one of the most fascinating coins for collectors of the modern era. So next time you see a dime dated 1999, don't dismiss it as just another coin. Examine it carefully. You could be holding a piece of history, or perhaps even a hidden rarity that tells a story far greater than its size. And for those wondering about the true highlight of this coin's journey, some rare examples of the 1999 Roosevelt dime have been sold for an astonishing $47,000. Top 3. The Roosevelt dime has been an essential part of American coinage since the mid-20th century, but even coins from the modern era, such as the 2007 issue, have fascinating stories to tell. This small coin, worth just 10 cents in circulation, carries with it history, artistry, and in certain rare cases, incredible collector value. Introduced in 1946, the Roosevelt dime was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. He had led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, but his connection to the March of Dimes health campaign made the choice of placing him on the dime especially fitting. That legacy still shines every time we look at the Roosevelt dime, even in 2007. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of Franklin Roosevelt designed by John R. Sinek. His profile faces left, accompanied by the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date. The mint mark, small but significant, appears near the design, telling collectors where the coin was made. On the reverse side, the design is simple yet powerful. A torch sits at the center, representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right. These elements stand for peace and strength, with the inscription United States of America and the motto E Pluribus Unum tying the symbolism together. In 2007, the dimes were struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint produced coins that served a different role, whether for circulation, everyday use, or proof sets designed specifically for collectors. The Philadelphia Mint issued coins without a mint mark, while Denver coins carried the familiar D. These circulated widely across the country and entered into millions of pockets, cash registers, and jars. Finding one of these coins in pristine condition today is no small task, as most were quickly worn down in daily commerce. San Francisco produced proof dimes, distinguished by their mirror-like surfaces and frosted details. These coins were struck with special care and intended for collectors rather than circulation. Many of them remain preserved in mint packaging, but a small number have achieved outstanding recognition for their flawless quality. Though billions of dimes were minted in 2007, the value of the Roosevelt dime is not determined by its mintage alone. Instead, it depends on rarity, condition, and the occasional error that makes certain coins extraordinary. Collectors often prize examples of the 2007 dime that show virtually no wear, displaying sharp detail and original mint luster. High-grade examples, especially those graded mint state 68 or higher, are rare and can attract significant attention at auctions. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 2007 Roosevelt dime is the errors that have surfaced. Off-center strikes, double die varieties, and even dimes struck on the wrong planchet have been reported. These unusual coins stand apart from their ordinary counterparts, making them extremely desirable to collectors. A dime struck on a defective or foreign planchet instantly transforms from a 10-cent piece into a remarkable numismatic curiosity. Such errors are often one of a kind and can carry enormous value compared to regular coins. Another factor that increases the appeal of the 2007 dime is the collector's market for modern proof coins. Deep cameo proof examples, with perfect contrasts between mirrored fields and frosted devices, are particularly admired. When these proofs are flawless, they can command serious premiums. The beauty of collecting coins like the 2007 Roosevelt dime lies in the fact that treasures can often be found where people least expect them. A jar of change, a cash drawer, or even pocket money could contain a dime that holds far more than its face value. The Roosevelt dime also continues to serve as a reminder of Roosevelt's contributions to American history. His leadership, his fight against polio, and his legacy through the March of Dimes connect directly to the coin that carries his name and image. Collectors today appreciate that the Roosevelt dime, though small, has never lost its relevance. It remains a coin that is still in circulation, yet certain issues stand out so dramatically that they become numismatic stars. The year 2007 also carries significance as part of the early 21st century minting era. These coins represent a period when the United States Mint was modernizing its production, yet still producing coins with familiar and beloved designs. While most 2007 dimes remain ordinary, those rare examples with exceptional qualities or dramatic mint errors can be worth a fortune. This contrast between the common and the extraordinary is what keeps collectors searching tirelessly. The Roosevelt dime series has never been about sheer rarity but about the details that separate one coin from another. A sharp strike, a perfect surface, or a small minting mistake can make all the difference in value. Stories from collectors highlight how unexpected discoveries of valuable 2007 dimes have occurred in the most ordinary places. This adds to the thrill of numismatics, the possibility that a fortune might be hiding in plain sight. Auction records show that modern dimes, especially in the highest grades, can command prices that surprise even experienced collectors. The demand for perfection drives these coins to values far beyond their face amount. For new collectors, the 2007 Roosevelt dime is an accessible entry point. It's a coin most people can find in circulation, yet the potential for finding an extraordinary example makes it exciting. For seasoned collectors, it offers a chance to refine a collection with high-grade or rare varieties. Every coin carries a journey, and the 2007 dime has traveled through countless transactions and stories. To hold one in mint condition is to hold a piece of history untouched by time, a little treasure that survived against the odds. The artistry of the design also continues to inspire. Though familiar, the combination of Roosevelt's portrait and the symbolic reverse never loses its elegance. Even after decades, the dime remains one of the most balanced and meaningful designs in American coinage. Coin collecting is often about seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary. The 2007 Roosevelt dime embodies this idea perfectly. It may look like just another dime, but with the right qualities, it becomes something remarkable. For many, this coin is a reminder that history and value can come in small packages. A dime may seem insignificant, but in the right circumstances, it holds stories, artistry, and worth beyond imagination. Numismatics thrives on passion, patience, and the joy of discovery. The 2007 Roosevelt dime gives collectors all three, proving that even in the modern era, remarkable coins are still out there waiting to be found. So the next time you see a dime dated 2007, don't overlook it. Take a closer look, because what you're holding might be far more special than you realize. And among the most stunning discoveries, certain examples of the 2007 Roosevelt dime have sold for an astonishing $36,000. Top 4. The Roosevelt dime is one of those coins we see every day, yet behind its simple appearance lies an incredible story of history, artistry, and in rare cases, astonishing value. The 2008 Roosevelt dime is one such coin that, while common in circulation, hides extraordinary rarities that collectors dream of discovering. The dime as we know it today began in 1946, when the U.S. Mint chose to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. His leadership during the Great Depression and World War II left an unforgettable mark on the nation, but his connection to the March of Dimes campaign made the dime a fitting tribute. That same design is still in use decades later, including on the 2008 issue. The obverse of the coin features Roosevelt's left-facing profile, a work by Chief Engraver John R. Sinek. Alongside his portrait are the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, the date, and the small mint mark identifying where the coin was made. On the reverse, we see one of the most recognizable designs in American coinage. The central torch of liberty is flanked by an olive branch on the left, symbolizing peace, and an oak branch on the right, symbolizing strength. The words United States of America and one dime frame the design, along with the motto E Pluribus Unum. In 2008, Roosevelt dimes were struck at three major U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each location produced millions of coins, but not all of them were equal in terms of collector appeal. The Philadelphia Mint produced dimes without a mint mark, sending them into circulation across the eastern states. The Denver Mint added the small D mint mark to its coins, distributing them widely across the Midwest and Western regions. Billions of these coins passed through hands, machines, and cash registers. San Francisco, however, had a different role. There, the mint struck proof dimes, carefully made for collectors. These coins were not meant for circulation. Instead, they were struck with polished dies on specially prepared planchets, resulting in mirror-like fields and frosted details that make them shine brilliantly. Even though 2008 saw huge mintages, rarity doesn't always come from how many coins were made. For collectors, what makes the difference are the rare errors, unusual varieties, and the few examples that survive in absolutely flawless condition. Some 2008 dimes have been reported with striking errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies. These mistakes may seem small at first glance, but they can transform an ordinary coin into a true collector's prize. Error coins are highly sought after because they are unique, often existing in only a handful of examples. Another fascinating aspect of the 2008 Roosevelt dime is its condition rarity. Coins that entered circulation were quickly worn down, their surfaces scratched and dull from years of use. Finding one today in mint state 68 or higher is incredibly difficult, and those high-grade examples command serious premiums when they appear at auction. Collectors also value the proof coins from San Francisco. Deep cameo proofs, with strong contrasts between frosted devices and mirror fields, are especially prized. In the world of modern numismatics, These coins represent the height of mint craftsmanship. What makes the 2008 dime so appealing to collectors is the fact that it can still be found in circulation. It's a modern coin that doesn't require a huge investment to begin collecting, yet has the potential to surprise with incredible rarities hiding among the common examples. The Roosevelt dime itself carries symbolism that remains powerful. The torch, the olive branch, and the oak branch together represent liberty, peace, and strength, values that continue to resonate with the American spirit. Every 2008 dime in your pocket carries that message. The coin also represents a period in American history. In 2008, the United States was experiencing major economic challenges during the financial crisis, and millions of these dimes entered circulation during that turbulent time. To hold one today is to hold a piece of that history. For new collectors, the 2008 dime is a great entry point. It's affordable, accessible, and offers opportunities to learn about mint marks, errors, and grading. For experienced collectors, it represents a chance to chase perfection, finding the rarest, most pristine examples or discovering unusual varieties. Auction records have shown that modern dimes, when found in perfect condition, can sell for surprising amounts. This is especially true for coins like the 2008 Roosevelt dime, where the combination of rarity and condition creates intense demand among collectors. The thrill of searching through change is alive and well, and coins like the 2008 dime keep that excitement going. The possibility that a small dime in your pocket could be worth far more than 10 cents is what makes numismatics such a rewarding hobby. Stories from collectors who have discovered rare 2008 dimes in circulation prove that these treasures are still out there. Every coin is a potential hidden gem, waiting to be discovered by someone with a sharp eye and a little patience. The artistry of the Roosevelt dime is another reason it remains beloved. While the design is familiar, its balance and symbolism never lose their appeal. Whether in circulation strike or proof form, the 2008 dime continues the legacy of one of America's most elegant coin designs. Coins are more than just currency, they are time capsules. A 2008 dime has likely traveled through countless transactions, perhaps even across states, businesses, and generations. To hold one in perfect condition is to hold a survivor of that journey. The Roosevelt dime series is still ongoing, but the 2008 issue remains a standout example of how even modern coins can become rare treasures. It demonstrates that rarity isn't always about age, it's about condition, errors, and collector demand. For collectors who focus on modern coinage, the 2008 dime is a key target. It bridges the gap between everyday change and numismatic treasure, proving that small coins can carry big stories. The world of numismatics is built on discovery, and the 2008 dime invites collectors to keep looking closer, to never dismiss an ordinary coin as worthless. Each dime has a story, and some stories are worth far more than others. The appeal of the 2008 Roosevelt dime lies in its dual identity. To most, it is just a dime worth 10 cents. To a collector, it might be a flawless example, a rare error, or a proof gem worth hundreds or even thousands. This duality keeps the hunt alive. Every time a collector searches through pocket change or examines a roll of dimes, there is a chance of finding something extraordinary. The 2008 dime is part of that adventure, and while billions of 2008 dimes are out there, it only takes one rare and extraordinary example to change everything for a collector. That is the magic of coin collecting. The Roosevelt dime has always been a symbol of leadership, liberty, and legacy. The 2008 issue is no different, carrying forward the tradition of a coin that is both practical in daily life and rich with collectible value. So next time you come across a 2008 dime, don't overlook it. Take a moment to examine the details, the condition, and the mint mark. You never know what treasure might be in your hands. And among the most remarkable discoveries, some rare examples of the 2008 Roosevelt dime have been sold for an incredible $34,000. Top 5. The Roosevelt dime is one of the most enduring coins in American history, and while it may seem like just another piece of change, certain years like 2016 tell stories far greater than their 10-cent face value. Collectors know that even modern coins can hold surprising rarity and unexpected value. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946, honoring President Franklin Delano Roosevelt shortly after his death. It was no coincidence that his image appeared on the dime. Roosevelt had been deeply associated with the March of Dimes campaign to fight polio. That connection remains powerful, and it continues to make this coin one of the most meaningful in U.S. history. By 2016, the Roosevelt dime had been in circulation for 70 years. Through those decades, billions of dimes had been struck, yet collectors still look for the standouts. The era coins, the flawless examples, and the rarities that carry values far beyond 10 cents. The obverse of the 2016 dime carries John R. Sinek's familiar portrait of Roosevelt. His face is turned to the left, framed by the word liberty and the motto "I in God we trust." The date appears clearly, along with the mint mark, which identifies where the coin was struck. On the reverse, we see the iconic design, a torch in the center representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left for peace and an oak branch on the right for strength. It's a design that has stood the test of time, still as powerful in 2016 as it was 70 years earlier. In 2016, Roosevelt dimes were struck at 3 U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these locations produced coins that entered circulation or were specially prepared for collectors. Philadelphia produced dimes without a mint mark, striking hundreds of millions of coins that circulated across the eastern United States. Denver added its D mint mark, producing dimes that were distributed largely across the Midwest and Western regions. San Francisco, as usual, had a different role. The mint there produced proof coins, made especially for collectors. These proofs, with mirror-like fields and frosted details, are some of the most beautiful examples of the Roosevelt dime you can find. While the majority of 2016 dimes are worth only their face value, certain rare examples have become highly desirable in the collector's market. Condition, errors, and varieties all play a role in determining which 2016 dimes stand out. Error coins are especially appealing. A dime struck off-center, with doubling in the lettering, or struck on the wrong planchet instantly becomes a unique collectible. These are the kinds of coins that turn everyday pocket change into hidden treasure. Proof coins from San Francisco can also be particularly valuable when found in deep cameo condition. The contrast between the frosted portrait of Roosevelt and the mirror-like background makes these coins shine in collections. High-graded proofs often achieve remarkable auction prices. Condition is another critical factor. While billions of 2016 dimes were produced, only a tiny fraction survived in absolutely flawless condition. Coins graded mint state 68 or higher are extremely rare and can command impressive premiums. For collectors, this is what makes the 2016 dime so fascinating. It's not an ancient coin, nor is it made of silver or gold, yet it still has the power to surprise. The thrill of finding one in perfect condition or discovering an unusual error is what keeps collectors searching. The Roosevelt dime itself carries meaning that goes beyond the metal. It is a symbol of Roosevelt's leadership, his battle with polio, and his commitment to public health. Every time you hold a dime, you're holding a piece of that story. The year 2016 also marks a time of transition in American coinage. Technology was improving, quality control was becoming more advanced, and yet, even with modern machinery, mistakes still happened, mistakes that now give us rare varieties to collect. Collectors often talk about the joy of the hunt, and the 2016 dime provides exactly that. Whether you're searching through rolls of coins from the bank or examining proof sets, the possibility of finding something extraordinary is always there. The Roosevelt dime has always been a small coin with a big story. In 2016, that story continued, linking back to its origins while moving forward into a new era of collecting. Auction records have shown that modern dimes like the 2016 issue can sell for far more than their face value. When the right combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand comes together, the results can be astonishing. Numismatics is about more than money, it's about connection to history, design, and the thrill of discovery. The 2016 Roosevelt dime represents all of those things in one tiny, yet powerful, coin. Even though most 2016 dimes will never leave circulation, A few have already achieved legendary status among collectors. These special examples are proof that greatness can be found in the most ordinary places. For new collectors, the 2016 dime is an excellent starting point. It's easy to find, affordable to study, and offers a chance to learn about mint marks, grading, and varieties. For experienced collectors, it's a reminder that modern coins still hold surprises. The beauty of coin collecting is that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. A 2016 dime you receive as change could be one of the rarest and most valuable of its kind. That possibility fuels the excitement of the hobby. Each dime is also a time capsule. The 2016 dimes circulated during an era of rapid technological change, political debates, and shifting global events. Holding one today is like holding a piece of that recent history. The artistry of the Roosevelt dime is often underestimated. While familiar, the balance of Roosevelt's portrait and the symbolic reverse has kept it relevant and admired for decades. Even in 2016, that design still carries elegance and strength. Collectors know that patience is key, and the 2016 dime rewards that patience. The more carefully you examine your coins, the more likely you are to find a hidden rarity. That is the magic of numismatics. Stories from the coin collecting community prove this time and again. People have discovered valuable modern dimes in their change, in coin rolls, and even in proof sets overlooked for years. The 2016 dime is part of that ongoing adventure. Whether you're looking for a flawless proof, an unusual error, or a high-grade circulation strike, the 2016 dime offers endless possibilities. It is a coin that continues to surprise collectors across the world. And while billions of 2016 dimes exist, it only takes one exceptional example to transform an ordinary dime into an extraordinary treasure. That is why collectors never stop searching. So the next time you spot a dime dated 2016, don't pass it off as just another coin. Take a closer look. You might be holding something truly special, and in the most remarkable cases, certain rare examples of the 2016 Roosevelt dime have been sold for an amazing $18,000.